Inspiration can blossom from the most unexpected places. 2 years ago, I was laid off from an organization I loved and a role that challenged me, so I thought I'd better get out in the garden, keep my head and my hands busy, and I planted tomatoes and cucumbers and peppers like we do in New Jersey to see what would grow. And I thought I better get in the house and start building a spreadsheet to track what I planted, where I planted it, what I would yield. And I realized you can take the girl out of the work, but you can't take the work out of the girl. And that's when the light bulb went on for me, and I realized everything that we do as HR leaders, that I do as a business leader, is exactly the same as what I do in my garden. And so the seeds were planted, and I became the gardener. So next, I started with a strategy and an investment, the investment of time, labor, materials, structure. It started off small. We're up to 6 garden beds now, plus planters, and I think sweet potatoes are going in next week as well. This is what that garden looks like midsummer. I know it looks like a jungle right there, but I promise you there's lots of great fruits and vegetables, so that investment pays off. Measurements, right? Metrics, we're always focused on metrics. We measure, good managers measure. I manage to measure my green beans. Yes, I do. I manage anything that I take out of that garden to make sure that my investment is paying off. I also have a really focused recruiting strategy. In this case, I have to make sure that I am providing enough of a great environment to attract these pollinators, like this bee on my deck, to my garden to keep those flowers blossoming. I also have to retain them, so recruitment and retention. It's also about skill development, so we all need to continue to grow. In this case, I learned how to grow garlic. Yes, I got a head of garlic from the grocery store and learned how to grow garlic. I can tell you, the garlic that you grow yourself smells way better than anything you're buying in a grocery store. It's also about growing the people on our teams. In this case, our teams sometimes grow faster than we do, or faster than we expect, and they grow bigger than we expect them to. So we have to continue to provide them the structures they need, like tomato cages. Good rewards and recognition programs make any good organization. In this case, I won the Bugs Bunny beauty pageant last year. It was a really big day at our house. Thank you, thank you. So a lot of joy comes with that rewards and recognition program that we already heard about. I'm also getting into more of companion planting this year, and that's where plants who go together, grow together, and they thrive. These peas were planted with those prize-winning carrots. HR folks, we looked at this as building high-performing teams, right? My garden is also diverse, like any good organization. Those bell peppers go beautifully in our salads. The jalapenos I use in my world's best pico de gallo, and those long hots get fried for our sandwiches. Planning is also about making sure that we're using our resources wisely. I didn't know that I was going to produce such gorgeous broccoli and cauliflower, so I really did invest a lot in putting those resources into the ground. Berries, long-term planning. I didn't know that berries don't really start blossoming until year 2. Those pictures are from last week, and I can tell you that those plants are fruiting so much this week. It's also about long-term planning and not always seeing the results right away. How often do we see that on our teams? And knowing that those sweet potato beds right there take 90 to 100 days, but I can tell you the results are delicious. This is one of my sweet potatoes. Mistakes, yeah, as the saying goes, I've made a few. If you have planted mint, raise your hand, or if you want to, you all know, if you want to talk to me about it afterwards, my mistake was listening to the expert known as my mother who said, plant mint, no problem. However, I have learned from my mistakes, and I have started to produce some beautiful produce. But it's been a wonderful adventure for me to continue not only learning about what I'm doing in the garden, to learn about myself, to also get more in touch with my passion and my profession in HR. I encourage you to look at what you are doing, not only in your roles, but outside of your roles as well. Continue to nurture yourselves, nurture your families, nurture your careers. I am Anastasia, the gardener. I ask, how does your organization grow? How does your HR grow? How do you grow? Thank you.